Hello everybody. Today I wanted to make a little video on inflation in Path of Exile. I noticed that a lot of people are feeling kind of distressed about the high ratio for the Exalted Divine and feeling like they are kind of left behind, can't follow in the economy. And I'm here to tell you today that you can actually do a lot of things in order to take advantage of this kind of economy and actually come out ahead. So the Exalted Divine will always have this trend as we see in the background, but it was more expedient this leak. It happened a lot faster because of the temple and how crazy that was. And so it's always going to be a feature of the Path of Exile that there will be inflation. And so it's useful to understand how it even works. And I will go into that now. As we see in the beginning, we have 47 Exalts to 1 Divine, and it goes up and up and up and up, all the way up to almost 10 times more. And the reason it does that is because in the beginning, the Exalt is actually quite useful. When you don't have very good gear, you just want to put more mods on, hope you get something good. So they get used quite frequently. But as people progress, they get more stable in their gear upgrades. They can maybe just buy them, they don't have to craft anymore. Exalts will pile up in everybody's stash and not actually be used anymore. And so they will just sit there while the Divines, as the game goes on, will actually become more useful. People might use them to roll high-end uniques or try to do mirror crafts and try to roll those mods perfectly. So they will get used a lot more as time goes on. And that's why we see this skew where the Exalt and the Divine will go into such a high offset on the demand. And what can we do about that? Well, especially in this season where the temple is so crazy for making divines, we have to look to other things that the temple can't make a lot of. And what are some examples of that? So one thing you could do is you can go to Abyssal Depths farming, for example, where you can get omens and you can get desecrated currencies that are not available to people doing the temple. There's also another way to take advantage of the temple. Because it's so high rarity scaling, they will get a lot of divines, yes, but they will not get any white bases. And the white bases are, as crafting is in Path of Exile 2, super useful in order to get good items. You always need to start out with 2 good mods, and you can always do that from a white. Or you are very likely to find some good mods to start off with if you have the white items. Or you can even just create good blue items to sell on the market, and that's absolutely very valuable. So instead of going up in rarity, you actually want to get a Ventus Gamble that has a negative roll in order to get negative rarity and find much more white items. And another maybe a little controversial take, but a way you can actually avoid having such a high inflationary pressure is go to play Hardcore League. And I will give you a few reasons why that actually works. So if we compare the two graphs here, one from Exalted Orb Divine in Hardcore and one in Softcore, we will see that over the same period of time, this is more than 4 times, or more than double, almost 4 times the level of inflation in the Softcore League as it is in the Hardcore League. And you might ask, why is that? So in the beginning of the league, when people are trying to level up in Hardcore, you need to put as much Exalts on your gear as possible because you want to avoid dying. So every little bit of stats actually helps you. Whereas in Softcore, it's not that important. If you die, it's whatever. So you don't need to put your money on anything else than your weapon, really. Or it's a lot of slots that will eat up Exalts. Another point is that when people that do eventually die, they will actually lose some of their investment. So they will have to start again, and they will have to spend more Exalts again on getting their character up to the same level as before. Furthermore, when people might get tired of playing Hardcore, they might actually migrate their currency and their stuff out of it. So there will be a natural deflation over time. People die, people leave, and there is also just less people playing. So your time is worth more overall. I will be making a few videos on different strategies and going more in depth on how you can do these. For example, the Abyss farming and the negative rarity. So I thank you a lot for watching, and I hope you will tune in to those in the future. Bye!